again, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Big Time Sports. My name's Joe Dunn. Hopefully you'll stay with us for the next 25 minutes as we talk high school basketball all over Stark County as we have finally come to the final regular season weekend for the 2025-26 season. It's been a long season, a lot of great games, still a lot of games yet to come because this time next week we'll be talking about the brackets for the sectional and district tournament for Divisions 1 and 2, and that'll be fun to take a look at that and see who we think will advance to the regional and hopefully some of our local teams going down to Dayton for the state tournament. Let's check some of the big wins from this past weekend. How about McKinley over Westlake, 85-58. Lake over Minerva, 64-58. Alliance having a great season. They knocked off to Philly, 53-42. Glen Oak over Louisville, 55-53. And Carrollton got a big win over Northwest, 73-52. As we said, the final weekend of high school basketball in the regular season. Some of the games we'll be watching this weekend. On Saturday, Massillon will be over at Jackson to take on the Polar Bears. Perry will be at Boardman. Fitch will be at Green. Cloverleaf down at Canton South. Carrollton at Steubenville. And McDonald, they'll be at Lake Center Christian. McDonald right now is 21-0. I believe that's a Division 7 game. I think their football team will also undefeated over McDonald. Should be a good game over at Lake Center Christian. Don't talk about them too much, but that's a big game over there on Friday night. Our featured team this week, the Vikings of North Canton Hoover. Head coach Mike Bluey is here to talk about his season. Look ahead to the tournament. We'll talk about that and more right after this timeout.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
You're only as good as your people. And what we've done here is that we've created a culture where people flourish.
We don't want it to be a transaction. We want it to be something where there's a consultative approach, a relationship that allows us to really, one, ensure our customer the right way, but then two, to let them understand the value of getting to work with us.
It's an extreme amount of satisfaction for this team that we have right now. We've developed a team that is solely based on relationships.
I'm Seth.
And I'm Matt.
And we're West End Pizzeria. Here, every pizza starts by hand. Fresh dough, real cheese, and toppings piled high the way you like them. It's not just dinner, it's that warm hometown flavor that keeps friends and families coming back. Dine in, carry out, or grab a slice on your way home. West End Pizzeria, located at 130 West Lisbon Street in Waynesburg, Ohio. We'll save you a slice.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports as we get ready for the final weekend of the regular season. It's been a long season, a lot of nasty weather, but here we are ready for tournament action, which we'll talk about this time next week. As we mentioned, our featured team this week, the Vikings of North Canton Hoover, off to another outstanding season. 14 wins in the books. They'll take on Hoban at home Saturday afternoon at 3:30. As you welcome in veteran coach Mike Bluey. And Coach, congratulations on the 14 wins. I'll tell you what, we were talking before the show started. I'm not sure there is a tougher non-conference schedule in all of Stark County than the one you played. Berea Mid-Park, Massillon, Olentangy, Bishop Hartley, Garfield Heights, Hoban. I know you scheduled all those games, but that's a tough one right there.
We sure did. We wanted to challenge our guys, and we are tournament ready. Yes.
Exactly. Talking about the tournament, they'll announce the brackets, I think, on Sunday afternoon. Correct. Is there a strategy to that? Will you take a look at, will you have, if you get seated, which I assume you will, you'll have a pick and choose where you want to go. Is there a strategy there?
Sure. You know, you want to look at the available sites. Yeah. You know, what size floor you want to play on. One of them is a short court, 84-foot floor. So just kind of take a look at, you know, who we think is going to go where, and, you know, have maybe 8 to 10 different maps.
That's right.
Prearranged, and see how Sunday plays out.
You know, we always talk to the coaches each week when we tape the show, and I always know the answer when I ask them, what about the rest of the schedule? They say, we're only concerned about the next game. Now, with the tournament, you've got to look ahead and anticipate some things, what teams will be where and who you want to play down the road.
Right. We're going to get ready for Saturday. We've got a good game. You know, it's Saturday with Hoban, but you know, we've been acquiring film on potential opponents and just doing some homework early. So we are ready to make an informed decision on Sunday.
Exactly. As we said, you've had an outstanding regular season. The only team to knock off Massillon this year, 74-71, a tough schedule. Looking back right now, you have one game left with Hoban before you enter the tournament. What have you done well this year? Is there still time to get better at some things? Sure.
We've gotten better in a lot of areas. You know, I think we're pretty good in transition. This team has grown defensively at a good pace. I think we're playing our best defense of the year right now, which is good, obviously. But you know, we've done much better handling pressure, as I'd say, in the last 3 weeks. So we've improved in a lot of areas, and you're always looking to continue to improve.
Exactly. Last year, we did a number of Hoover games, and I'd always get there early, take a look at your sophomores and JVs, and I told people, I said, wow, Hoover's got some really good-looking sophomores. They're all juniors right now. That's one of the better junior classes, I think, in Stark County.
Sure, we're proud of them. We like them, but they have room to grow. We still challenge them in practice, and you know, I know our team is looking forward to the tournament.
You got a young man sitting next to you. You brought 3 players with you tonight. Why don't you introduce him and what he means to your team this year?
This is senior Brady McCann. He's one of the best shooters in Stark County. Hopefully some people have been able to watch him play. If not, you know, come and check him out here. We should be getting a home game in the tournament. So we're at least 2 more games at home. Means a ton. He allows us to spread the floor for some guys that are able to attack the rim. But I'm really proud of Brady in terms of his defensive play and his growth defensively, especially in the last month.
Well, Brady, welcome to the program. I've seen you twice this year, Olentangy, then the Jackson game, and I was impressed the way you shoot the basketball. Tell us, maybe the first person to put that ball in your hands and taught you the right way to shoot a basketball. Who was it, and how old were you at the time?
Probably 5 years old, and my dad at some elementary school.
And how many shots in the driveway or out in the playground did it take to really get to where you where you are right now?
A lot, every day, every night we were out there.
How did you get better? Was it simply shooting by yourself out in the playground, or playing against better competition in the summer? Maybe a combination of both.
Both, definitely. Playing better competition, and when you make more shots against them, it gives you more confidence. Shows that you can do that. Every
shooter I've been around, they don't worry about the last miss. They always think the next one's going in. Is that pretty much the way you look at it right now? If I'm open, it's going. I'm shooting it up, regardless if I'm missing shots or not.
Yeah, Mr. Make, I'm letting them fly.
Of course, you're a senior this year, and you've got a lot of underclassmen who were coming up behind you. When did you anticipate, after watching those young kids, this is going to be a pretty good group? Bring them up with the seniors I've been working with. We have a chance to be a pretty good team.
This summer, Ohio State first game, played a good big walnut team, and right after that game, I knew we were going to be special.
Yeah, June's always a big month for high school basketball teams. They come back to the respective coaches. You're out all over the place every weekend. How much better did you get, and how much better did the Vikings get maybe in June?
We got a lot better. We got a lot more confidence to just play Hoover basketball that we know how to do.
When you looked at that schedule that the coach put together this year, I'm not sure if you follow high school basketball over the area or the state. Did you look at that schedule and says, wow, this is going to challenge us, and how happy you were to get challenged during the regular season?
I was definitely excited. I knew a lot of these games I wanted to play, and some went our way, some didn't, but they were fun to play.
Yeah. What about your future? This is it for high school basketball. As good a shooter as you are, you think about maybe playing at the next level? Any interest in doing that?
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple schools right now.
And what would you like to major in, and what would you like to do after maybe basketball's finally over down the road?
Criminal justice, be a detective.
There you go. Now, being a future lawyer, Coach, is he a guy that puts up a pretty good argument in practice sometimes as far as what to do or what not to do?
He certainly does, but he's also a great listener, so he'll be if detective is in his future, he'll be a good one.
Tell us about your coaching staff too. You're always always ask the coaches, and they always talk about the guys they work with on an everyday basis.
Owen Gramoy is our 9th grade coach. He came to us from Louisville this past summer. Did a great job. That's a tough job. We have 2 8th grade teams, and you combine them into one.
Yeah.
So he did a great job instilling our system with those kids. Our JV coach is Kiefer Hinkle. Again, does a great job in terms of getting his kids ready to play our style, but then that is also our scout team in practice.
Sure.
So he's got to teach those kids in 5 to 10 minutes some things that we're going to see on game night, and they have to go out and execute that. My varsity assistants are Sean McCartney and Isaiah Elliott.
Isaiah Elliott played at Malone, a heck of a player in high school.
Yeah, both of those guys were heck of a players. Yeah, Sean at Glen Oak.
Exactly. You mentioned, maybe a lot of fans don't know this, but once you get into the varsity program, you got, what, 2 7th grade teams, 2 8th grade teams, and that filters into one freshman team, and it's always tough, those guys you got to cut, especially the ones who've been dreaming about being a high school basketball player. That's one of the tough parts of your job, I'm assuming.
That's the worst part of our job, you know, having to cut kids. But, you know, we provide a lot of opportunities in the off season for kids to get better, and we have a lot of players that take advantage of those, and those just kind of continue to rise to the top, you know.
Well, Brady, thanks for coming over. I know you're excited about that Hoban game on Saturday, and then you'll find out who you play in the tournament, and I hope you guys have a long tournament run. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have another Hoover player that can't wait to get up here and talk some basketball with the coach right after this.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar, even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevytoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Altman is here for you, in your community, because you matter. We're proud to be the area's first and only independent health system. We are one team, joined together and committed to one mission, to lead our community to improved health. And we've always been here, dedicated to providing you with the very best in care, wellness, education, insurance, and more. For your community and for your family, Altman is always here for you.
Scammers are always looking for their next target, but you don't have to be one of them. With BBB Scam Tracker, powered by the Better Business Bureau, in partnership with Amazon and Capital One, you can easily report and look up scams, and it's free to use. Learn about scams, get tips on how to avoid them, sign up for alerts, and more. Visit bbb.org/scamtracker and help put scammers out of business.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports. If you just joined us, our featured team this week, the North Canton Hoover Vikings, 14 wins on the season. They still have one regular season game left. That'll be at home on Saturday afternoon, 3:30, over at North Canton. Head coach TK Griffith will bring a good Hoban team. And the last time I looked, Coach, they had won 8 in a row, so they're a good basketball team. What do you know about the Knights?
They are. They shoot it well. They space the floor. They challenge you defensively, and obviously they're well coached.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're good.
Exactly. Always a good team, and TK's an excellent coach up at Hoban. You got another young man sitting next to you I know you're proud of. Why don't you introduce him?
This is junior Hunter Hirschberger.
Hunter, welcome to the program. I've watched you play a number of sports, and love to have you on the program. Tell us about getting ready for the season, because I know you're a baseball player, and I'm sure you played summer baseball. You got to get ready for basketball. How busy was that summer? How much time did you spend on basketball?
Yeah, my off season was pretty busy. I play AAU, so you know, most of the summer and everything, I was just pretty much in different states every other weekend, and just grinding.
Yeah, it seems like you've been around forever, because you played a lot as a 9th grader, and here you are, what, a junior, right?
Yeah.
So you've got one more year left. What was it like when the coach pointed at you and said, hey, you know, we're going to put you on the varsity roster. You're only a 9th grader, but we think you can play at this level. What was your thoughts when they told you that?
I was a little surprised, also a little nervous, but I know I trusted all the hard work I put in, and I know I could play at that level at such a young age.
Yeah, I talked to the coach in the first segment about you guys getting better once the tournament arrives. what do you have to get better at as a basketball player? If you're sitting up in the stands kind of grading yourself, watching yourself play, what do you like what you do right now, and what do you got to work on in the future?
I think handling pressure when I have the ball, just dribbling it out, and just less turnovers, and then just shooting better, more consistent.
Yeah. You have hit some big shots already in your high school career, a lot of game winners. Are you the type of player when it gets into crunch time, you want the ball in your hands? And tell us about that philosophy and how you handle that, because they look to you sometimes now to take that final shot.
Yeah, I know if it's a big game, I know, usually, I trust all my teammates, but if the ball could be in my hands, I definitely, take the shot if I have the opportunity, and just hope it goes in.
How many shots do you put up in the off season? You're a shooter, obviously, you're a long-range shooter. How do you, people are watching out there, got a young kid in grade school. What would you advise them to do as far as out shooting in the playground or shooting in the driveway? How many shots do you put up?
Yeah, I train pretty much every day, so that's anywhere between 300 to like 500 shots a day. Exactly.
Tell us about combining the academic side of high school and then the athletic side, because you got to find time for everything. I mean, there's only so hours in the day. Tell us how you have that time management and how you handle that.
Yeah, usually, homework, I usually do that at school, so I have a lot of time outside of school, and then so I can also like put up shots after practice and too and stuff.
What about hydration and eating the right food? A lot of people don't even think about that, but as an athlete, how often do you guys talk about that and make sure you're eating the right food, drinking enough water, because when you get into a game, nothing happens?
Yeah, no, I think your diet as an athlete is really important. I think you definitely need to stay hydrated a lot and just keep your diet clean.
Yeah. What about your future after high school? You still got 1 year of baseball, 1 year of basketball. I'm not sure what direction you'll go after that, but what are your thoughts right now as you sit here finishing up your junior year?
Yeah, I definitely want to go to college and play basketball, for sure.
Basketball will be your primary sport?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're a heck of a baseball. You're a pitcher, right? A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Everything. What about now as you go into this final regular season game with Hoban? It's an afternoon game. You're used to playing the evenings. Tell us how you'll approach that Hoban game, knowing how good a basketball team they are.
Yeah, Hoban's really good. It's our last regular season game, so it's important to get that done.
Coach, you remember the first time you saw him shoot the basketball, maybe down in middle school in the 7th grade game, and said, I can't wait to get him on the varsity. I think he's got great potential. Remember when that happened?
Oh, it was before middle school.
Before middle school,
sure,
okay.
We saw him play youth basketball, and he was a special player back then, so he's stuck with it, and he has certainly put in a lot of time, and his game has developed immensely. Yeah, he's a fun player to coach and probably for a fan to watch.
Sure. I guess that leads me to my next question. How often do you monitor all those kids down in grade school and the 7th and 8th graders? You're busy with the varsity group and get them ready, but the future of your program is down there in grade school and middle school. How much do you monitor that stuff?
Sure, we're a hands-on approach with our youth kids. We do a lot of development, and we run all the tryouts in the fall, and then they kind of go off on with their own coaches. But we try to catch them here and there when we can to watch them play live action, and see how it's fun to watch them grow and make their way into middle school basketball.
How young do you start the kids? I know you got those little dribblers and they get them in kindergarten handling the basketball. What's your thoughts on how soon you put a basketball in a kid's hands?
Sure, we have a kindergarten program.
Kindergarten group,
yep.
Okay.
3 weeks in the fall, 3 weeks in the spring, just to get a ball in their hands and have them have fun in a basketball situation. They can't do a lot obviously at that age, but we just want to get kids in the gym and provide them an opportunity to have fun.
Final question to you, Hunter, because we talked about all the kids down in grade school. I'm sure they come to the games, they look up to you. Can you remember when you were coming to the games, when you're down like in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade, looking up to those varsity guys? You kind of look at yourself as a role model right now after kind of living that yourself?
Yeah, I used to go to the varsity games when I was little, and I always like pretty much dreamed of being on the varsity court, so it was cool to experience that now, especially at a young age when I played as a freshman.
Well, Coach, you still got one more year with this guy, and it's a good to have coming back because you got a lot of basketball this year, but when you look ahead, you got a solid group coming back next year.
We do. We have a strong junior class that'll be back, but we're going to see if we can make some noise this year.
Exactly.
And take a couple weeks off, take our time off, and then go back to work in the spring.
There you go. Hunter, it's fun watching you play, whatever sport it is. Thanks for coming over tonight, and best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Okay, we still have one more Hoover Viking wants to get up here and talk with us, so don't go away. We're back with more Big Time Sports right after this.
Thinking about selling your car? Make it fun at Ferris Chevy Toyota. We buy all cars, any truck, any SUV, and we pay top dollar. Even if you don't buy from us. It's fast, easy, and yes, car buying is fun at Ferris. Visit us on the Wabash in New Philadelphia or start online at ferrischevitoyota.com. Ferris Chevy Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
With Bell Store's Bell Buddy Rewards, you save in-store and at the pump. New members receive 20 cents off per gallon as a welcome gift. Everyday savings are made easy. Instantly enjoy 3 cents off per gallon just for being a member. When you spend $25 in store, unlock an extra 5 cents off per gallon on your next fill-up. Buy 5, get 1 free. Track your drinks and earn free coffee, fountain, icy, and espresso with drink clubs. So start saving today. Download the Bell Stores app and sign up for Bell Buddy Rewards.
Wouldn't it be nice if everything was easy? Primetime Health Plan is easy to choose and easy to use. That's why we've had the highest customer service rating for 10 straight years. Call 330-363-7407 to get all the benefits you deserve. Medicare made easy with Primetime Health Plan. Primetime Health Plan is an HMO POS plan with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Primetime Health Plan depends on contract renewal. Every year, Medicare evaluates plans based on a 5-star rating system.
Welcome back to Big Time Sports. As we said, this is the final regular season weekend coming up. Tournament action. We'll announce the brackets on Sunday. We'll talk more about that next week on the program. Right now, we're spending a few more minutes with Coach Mike Bluey, North Canton Hoover basketball. And tell us about the Federal League this year. Coach, how good was it maybe compared to other years? It's always a great league. What about this year as you look back at the league?
Yeah, all teams well coached.
Yeah.
You are challenged every night out. There's no gimmies. You can look at the bottom of the league, and there's still no gimmies there.
Yeah, exactly.
Green has had some injuries.
They've been playing well lately,
and they have been playing well. But obviously McKinley went through undefeated.
Yeah.
They are an elite basketball team, very good. We finished second, and Jackson right behind us. So really good again this year. Outstanding coaches and players. It's a fun league to be a part of.
Yeah. How do you prepare for a game? I mean, there's a lot of people out there that show up and watch the games on a Friday night or Tuesday night. They don't realize how much time you and the coaches put in. What's a typical day for you coaching battle? I know you got to teach class, and then it all begins, what, about 3 o'clock?
Right, yeah. We generally practice late, right in that 4:30 window, 4:30 to 6:30 or 7 o'clock. But a lot of time is invested in film work
Sure.
through the coaching staff. In terms of preparation, you want to go back 4 or 5 games and see what teams are doing, and any new tendencies, or is there a JV kid that's maybe now getting varsity time?
Sure.
As the season progresses. But we all have our strengths and weaknesses, and you see how you can attack each team and see if you can win a basketball game.
The young guy sitting next to you, you talked about some shooters. I've seen him play a couple times. He's another shooter that you got to guard him out there. Why don't you introduce him?
Yeah, junior Connor Newell, and yes, he's one of our area top shooters. We're happy he plays for us. Yeah.
Well, Connor, welcome to the program. I want to know when you started shooting the basketball, because I've watched you play a couple of games this year, and you actually one of the better shooters we've seen on Big Time Sports. When did it all begin for you? Who put the basketball in your hands? Who taught you how to hold the basketball and get the right rotation and everything?
I would definitely say my dad. From a young age, he coached some middle school basketball, so I'd always be at practices with him, just shooting on the side, or whenever I really could, I would.
As much as time as you put into basketball and shooting, you got to love the sport. How much do you follow it when you're not playing? You watch a lot of games on TV? Do you study things? Or tell us about if you become a student of the game of basketball.
Yeah, I mean, anytime there's a college game on, I'll watch it. Anytime we don't have a game and there's another game going on, I'll try and go watch it. I mean, just kind of following online with other games too. It's just constant, like, watching basketball.
Sure. Where do you feel the most comfortable taking a shot? In transition, a catch and shoot, shooting off the dribble? What do you feel the most comfortable? Maybe all three. What do you prefer?
Catch and shoot for sure. Transition is another one, but definitely catch and shoot.
Now tell about, you got to get in the right position. Your feet have to be the right way when you catch and shoot. Tell us where all that came from, the footwork, and how important it is to be able to shoot the basketball, getting your feet right.
Practice. I mean, countless shots, just getting everything in rhythm. Practice.
Tell us about maybe some of the big games you'll look forward to at the end of the season. And hopefully there's some more big ones yet to come. But as you look back right now, is there a game or two that you look back on right now and say, wow, that was a heck of a game. I really played well?
McKinley game, that was definitely a breakout game for me. And then the Massillon game, of course.
Yeah. Now you're a junior. You've come up with all these guys that we've talked so much about. When did this group kind of come together? Were you in grade school playing together, and now of course you're at the junior class? When did you realize that you had some talent with this group?
Well, I moved to North Canton for my 8th grade year, so I started.
So you moved in, and that's another great question. You moved in and saw all these outstanding players around you.
Yeah.
You're thinking, why'd I move into North Canton? How much playing time am I going to get? Tell us about that.
It was definitely exciting because I knew how many good players were around me, and I knew I was pretty good. So it was fun to see all of us come together and make a good group of guys. So I definitely knew from the start that we were going to be pretty good. With
all the great shooters on your team, when do you feel like I need the basketball, or do you kind of get it in the flow of the game? A lot of players, they'll maybe shoot and they're not comfortable, but in the flow of the game, when do you really get the ball, and how comfortable are you?
No, like you said, just kind of in the flow. I had 24 points against McKinley, and I didn't shoot a 3 till the 2 minutes to go in the third. So it's really just whenever I get a good shot, or whenever I'm, like you said, flowing through, it's just easy.
As you know, and the coach will talk about, there's a lot more to basketball than shooting the basketball. The defense, the rebounding, a lot of different things. Looking at everything outside of shooting, playing defense, boxing out, rebounding, what areas do you feel good at, and what do you got to get better at? And those are 2 areas.
I definitely feel more confident on the ball. I know we take a lot of pride in defense. One thing I definitely could get better at is guarding a post, which I've been doing a lot this year, and I feel like I've gotten better, but I could definitely still improve on it.
Yeah, the 2 games I've watched you play, you do a good job rebounding the basketball and then releasing it, the outlet pass, and getting down the floor. Is that something that you've been coached to do, or did it come naturally, or where did that happen?
Well, I know a big thing for us this year is transition, so I mean really get the rebound and just kind of go. So I think it's improved going through the season. Well,
you've got a lot of basketball left, hopefully a big tournament run, and then you got your whole senior year. So thanks for coming over, and keep shooting them up.
I know, I eat bananas, so it comes natural. There you
go. I love it.
I had to.
I love it, Coach.
I had to.
So you brought a good one here.
I eat banana.
Right.
He keeps things loose, I'm sure.
Yeah, they keep it loose. Oh yeah, they keep it loose. Right? Everything's in rhythm. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. As we said, you got Hoban on Saturday, and then the tournament brackets come out, and then it really gets serious. And hopefully you'll have a game or two to get settled before you really get into the nuts and bolts of the tournament.
Right. Yeah. It's game 1 matters. If you lose that one, then the bags are packed and you're done. So it's of ultra importance in terms of our preparation, and that we are ready to go at that opening tournament game.
Exactly. Coach, it's always fun talking to you. I know you've been at a lot of places, Talmadge and Jackson, Mount Union, so best of luck the rest of the way here in the tournament.
Thanks for having us. Yep, we look forward to it. Thank you. Okay,
next week, Canton McKinley will be here to talk about their season and then tournament action. Thanks to Coach Bluey and North Canton Hoover. We'll see you back here next week with more Big Time Sports.